Time now for business news with Ari Rabinovitch. Hello, Ari.
Cynthia.
Now, we've seen rent prices here in Toronto, of course, skyrocket over the past year. Many saying it's unaffordable, but maybe we're starting to see that slow down?
Yeah, a little bit of good news. Now, what I will say is, Cynthia, prices continue to rise across the country. But the good news is the rate at which housing rentals are increasing is slowing down. So we got the latest report in from rentals.ca as well as Urban Nation, which showed that the average rental price in Canada sits at about $2,200 a month. And what that equates to is a rise of roughly 2% compared to September of last year. And when you put it in perspective, May's increase was 9%, and it's been gradually getting less ever since that month. So a 5-month stretch that, the amount that rents are increasing has been slowing down. So it is a positive sign, Cynthia. Now, this marked a nearly 3-year low for rent increases. And Urban Nation says a large reason for this is the falling number of foreign student enrollments, especially in BC and Ontario. But what that also means is areas that are more affordable and smaller markets are seeing more pressure, Cynthia. So smaller cities, for instance, but also provinces. I've got another statistic here showing that in Saskatchewan, rent prices last month surged 23% compared to last year.
Ouch. Okay, We'll keep watching that. Hopefully people will see a decrease soon. Now, Ari, we continue to track Hurricane Milton, of course, as the eye of the storm moves toward Florida, and that's put some major tourist attractions in jeopardy.
Yeah, so it all centers around Disney, which is one of the biggest employers in the Florida region, and unfortunately that means there's going to be some closures. In fact, it's already started. So ahead of Hurricane Milton making landfall in Florida, Disney is closing a number of theme parks and other properties, while hotels, or at least some of them, are staying open. But that's really because some travelers are unable to relocate. So they're staying in those hotels until the storm passes. Now, analysts at Raymond James says the decision to close these operations is the right move to make, but it likely will impact Disney's quarterly earnings. And Hurricane Helene already did that, Cynthia, in the last earnings report. This one will likely carry over into the next fiscal update. So we'll see how that affects Disney's bottom line heading into the next quarter.
Okay, now we've been tracking this last story for a while. You and I have chatted about it a few times. A possible mega merger in the convenience store industry.
Yes, Cynthia. So help me out here, if you will. If you don't succeed.
Try again.
Yes, but with more money. So that's what Circle K is doing. And it is actually quite a bit more money, Cynthia. So the parent company of Circle K is Alimentation Couche-Tard, based in Quebec. It has made a higher offer for the parent company of 7-Eleven, which is known as 7 & I Holdings, and it's based in Japan. That company rejected the previous offer. Now, although we do know that they did make a higher offer, we don't know technically how much it was, but experts suggest that it could be worth up to $47 billion US.
Wow.
And that's about $10 billion more than the last report, according to this analysis. And the extra funding may have come from Quebec's pension fund manager. They actually confirmed that they would back Alimentation Couche-Tard if they were to make another offer. And just a reminder, Cynthia, it hasn't been approved yet, but if it does and it closes, it would be the largest ever foreign takeover of a Japanese company.
Interesting. Well, they certainly seem to want it. All right,
we'll see what happens.
As always, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Cynthia.